Yo, we in the trap.
We in the hood, sipping syrup, chilling with the fam. Pockets fat, kids straight, so we don't give a damn. Go to the store, grab some rice and a pack of square. We ride 22, so the hoes looking snap. Bitch, we some hoes, can't.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I try to live a good life. Just spewing out random. I don't write anything down, I don't write anything down for any of these episodes. I really just go off of like the top of my head of really like I have a topic. Like it's not like I'm just okay. Yeah, so I do have a topic. Like I do know what I want to talk about. But like I don't have anything written down really. But I mean it's besides the fact of what we're gonna be talking about now, excuse me. Like bro, I've been sorry. So yeah, how are y'all been doing? What's good with y'all? Like did you figure out anything new? Did you like have an epiphany? Did you discover something? If you discovered something, that would be crazy. If you discovered something, that would be freaking crazy. I mean, I hope you discovered something, or at least found something, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Really, is discovery. I've been finding out, many different things about myself. Many different things that's just like things that are bad, things that are good, things that I most definitely need to work on. And I know one of them is really just, conversations. One of the main reasons I'm saying it is because I like to be in my head. Solitude is my luxury because it gives me freedom to create and be in a sense of imagination. And sometimes I get lost in it. I get lost in my own imagination in public. Like I'll be thinking about something like a comic book, or maybe like I don't know, like robot dinosaur sex party, like crazy shit, like, or even like if I really put my mind to it, like cybernetic ninjas in a deserted wasteland where they have to fight pirates that also are cybernetic and they need to fight for the treasure, like stuff like that. Like things just coming into my mind, and it's a lot of stuff. It's most definitely, if I were to just sling it out, it'd be intrusive. But discovering something about yourself every day. What are some things that you really have discovered about yourself? In discovery. And starting to learn too that the world seems to work a lot easier when you start letting go. And all this is from love. Everything I say is from love. Hence the name. So much. But living with just letting go is becoming a lot easier. And when I mean by letting go, it's like living in just all the expectations that other people put on you, or that the world expects you to have, or external expectations that aren't your own. And you're supposed to be your biggest critic, your big enemy. You're supposed to be proving yourself wrong, and then you hear all these external forces, people talking about, oh, you're never gonna do that, that's impossible, or look at that kid, that kid's over there and he's drawing, or that kid's over there, he's not doing the popular stuff, he's not trendy. And it's like, bro, letting go of all that extra weight, all that extra baggage of what the world wants you to care about, just, it feels good. It feels pretty good, feels pretty good of letting go of that extra, that weight of what the world wants you to care about. Like, what, like, that's one thing with discovery. What do you care about? What do you care about? Because obviously you don't have to care about what others are caring about. You really don't. You don't have to care about it. You don't even have to acknowledge it. You don't even have to think about it. If somebody tells you something, you don't have to care. You don't. I mean, out of respect, if you respect this person, you respect them enough to care, but then again, you still don't have to care. And we've made it to where now you have to care. And that's what adds that extra weight onto the world. It's like, now we gotta care, but we don't really have to care. But the thing is that there's people that care about things a lot, and those are the people that should not try to conform other people to try to care. It's almost damn near like brainwashing, taking people's freedom of speech away. I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and I was telling her, like, I love to say the N-word, not nigga, because I can obviously say nigga, but hear me out. What if I just said nigger? Now, how did that make you feel? I said nigger. I'm a black man and I said nigger. What is that? How does that make you feel as a person? Now, if you're white, that should be very, like, it's like, whoa, he said that word. But it should feel weird to a white person, because this is a word that has history behind it, and it's a word that their history has brought into the world with ours. We share that history. It's our traumatizing past, and so you hear that word, right? Now, this could get me canceled, demonetized, or whatever, but let's hear the word faggot. Now, how did that make you feel? Now, hearing the word faggot, right? Now, nigger is not in the dictionary. It's not in the dictionary. You're not gonna find it. You gotta go on Google and search it up, but it's not in the dictionary at all. It's because it's a made up word. It's made up to be derogatory to a certain class of people. Faggot is in the dictionary. It's in the dictionary. is defined as a bundle of sticks. But here's the thing about that: we have labeled it onto not a culture of people, but a group of people. Because it's a group, it's an organization. It's not a culture, because a culture has to be established in something that, beliefs and traditions have to have been rootedly established. Like Mexicans have their culture because it's established, and it's their culture because it's their religion. It's their way of their people. Just like Africans have their traditions and their culture, because that's the way of their people. And it's the same reason why, Asians have their culture. It's the way of their people. It's a culture because it's also a race, a religion. It's a code that a group of people live. No, not a group of people. I'm sorry. That a religion of people live by, because these people all in turn are or a certain race, and they also worship certain traditions and customs. There's certain things you need to practice. There's certain things you need to uphold. There's certain things that you need to do, like fasting during Ramadan. That is a part of the culture. What we have established as a culture here now is gender culture, and so adding this extra weight onto here has now added it to where we now have to be worried about what we say. My homegirl was, when I was telling her that you could say the N-word out in public, and really it'll cause an uproar in that area, because think of all the black people that are getting called the N-word, and I'm talking about the ER word. I'm talking about, think of all of the ones that are getting that, right? And it's not being reported. You don't see on the local news, local white man calls black man nigger at the gas station, and it gets reported. You don't see that. And if you do, it's like you took time out of the day to find this, but let somebody go and call someone of the LGBTQ a faggot, or let you disrespect them. It's a worldwide nation drive now. It's crazy, and it's added extra weight as this has now become more global, and people who hear me know what I'm talking about. But that goes along with the added extra weight, being able to just let that go, and I'm also talking about race in general, being able to still uphold your cultures and customs, but at least make it to where you don't have to conform people, or at least get offended when people don't want to conform, when people don't want to do it. People don't have to do things that they don't want to do. That's one thing I think we've also forgotten. People don't have to do things. If you tell somebody hey man, can you walk my dog, and then he's just like, no, I can't walk your dog, and you're just like, bro, what the fuck? You can't walk my dog? What's wrong with you? Bro, I can't walk your dog. I got things I gotta do. And it's like, bro, it's not like he has to do that. It's not like the neighborhood is gonna come out and be like, what's wrong with you? Why won't you walk his dog? I got what? You got things to do? He has things to do. Probably that involves him having to lead his dog. And you're not gonna walk his dog? I just don't want. Hey, this guy doesn't want to walk this man's dog. What's wrong with him? Let's shun him. It's crazy. I remember. I don't know if you probably haven't, but there's a video and it shows Jordan Peterson, and he's in a rally, and he's getting surrounded by the people of the LG, and also his own students, and that's what it looked like. It looked like it looked like Jordan Peterson just went there and was talking his own piece, and of course people are gonna have negative or a different opinion of things, but instead of getting mad about it, I don't know how we haven't figured out that you can convey your message without getting mad, and then still get it out the same way. There's a difference between telling somebody you're annoying me, and listen, you're annoying me. Those go way different, because the second one probably will get to the person mentally, while the first one will probably get to somebody emotionally. Yelling at somebody, that'll get somebody emotional, but actually just telling them, that gets the point across. Instead of just yelling and fussing, just talk. And that's one thing I've been trying to work on a little bit more, but it seems like when I talk, I tell the truth a little bit too much, and it's crazy because I don't like to lie. I've been a liar since I was a little bit, like a little kid, up to, I remember the last lie I told was when I was 17. And don't get me wrong, I've told lies, but I was a habitual liar from like the age 6 to 17. Like, I was a habitual liar. Like, no reason to lie. Like, right now, I'll probably do it just to get out of a fucking day of work, but even after that, it's like I'm not gonna stray too far and be like, oh my god, my car, it was driving and I freaking just, I couldn't believe it, my engine just blew up, and it's like, then I'm there the next day at work, like, bro, what do you mean? You said your engine blew up, now you're here at work. Like, nah. But yeah, going back into what I remember, you know, having that mentality to just figure out what you want to care about. Yeah, it's not really, as my friend would say, it's not really that deep. It's not really that deep. Too many altercations have broken out because people have taken it there, and that's another thing that, you know, discovering about yourself, and even, you know, taking a step back is, you know, seeing the situation for what it is. Like, seeing it for what it is could really save that amount of time and that amount of weight. Because if you have some type of differences, instead of just like yelling it out or fussing it out, you really could have just talked it out. You know, like, I think that's another discovery that needs to be. I'm surprised we have not. It still has run rampant, and mostly because nobody is telling, you know, even the youth, nobody's telling them how to be emotionally intelligent. I don't know how there's no EQ classes. Like, there are IQ classes, but there are no EQ classes. Like, they teach everyone, you know, how to obey, how to learn, but they don't teach them how to control. Like, you gotta control your emotions, because it could save your life. There's a difference between getting mad when somebody has a gun and then talking when somebody has a gun. Because yelling, you could yell and probably, you know, have the same message, but it's still gonna come across as threatening. You're yelling. Like, let's imagine the person that you're yelling at doesn't even know what the heck you're saying, and you're yelling. That's a straight up aggression compared to talking. Like, even if you're not saying anything, at least it doesn't look like you're doing something, or it doesn't feel like it. You know, I've been hearing this thing, you know, called emotion trumps logic, and it does trump logic, because of the fact that no matter what, you know, no matter what you say, it's how the person feels. But screw that. Like, I don't care about that. And, you know, it's how the person feels. But then again, what was the message? What was the message though? Like, so, like, a woman or a man could come up to you and just be like, man, I hate that dude over there. Or I hate him. He pissed me off. Or she pissed me off. And it's like, why? It was telling me I can't smoke no cigarettes. I can't smoke no cigarettes
I can't smoke nothing.
Like, wait, are you sure that's what they said? Or they said that you can't smoke cigarettes. I mean,
Nah. You can't tell me what to do, okay? I smoke my cigarette.
it's like, okay, but like, why are you mad at the person that told you to stop smoking cigarettes?
Because they telling me what to do.
It's like, instead of telling Tammy, like, hey, listen, you smoke a lot of cigarettes. I just want to talk to you and tell you about your cigarette smoking habits. Because I feel like these cigarette smoking habits are getting out of hand. If Tammy wants to listen, Tammy can listen, but at least you're not throwing a fit. At least, you know, like, and what Tammy needs to do, you know, as a human being, and I'm coming after the male and female gender here for both, because both people need to learn how to communicate. We need to figure this out before we start doing anything. We need to figure out how to communicate with each other, because standing across the corner looking at people and thinking that they should be coming over here and talking to me. What's wrong with this individual? Like, bro, it's crazy. That's crazy, man. This goes back to the extra added weight to take off, man, because you don't have to care about that, man. You don't have to care about somebody not communicating with you. Like, if somebody's not communicating with you and just does not want to communicate with you, you don't have to care about that. Hence, like, fellas, if there's a girl that is staring at you from a distance and she has not said anything, you have two options. The one option is what everybody's gonna say. Hey, let me go over there and say, hey, she's staring at me, she's probably interested. And then you may go over there and she's like, no, I'm not interested. And then you come back and everybody's like, what happened? Oh, well, she said that she wasn't interested. And they're just like, what? She was staring at you. Only for you to realize, like, nah, it was a test. You were supposed to go over there and she's supposed to say, oh, no, I'm not interested in you. And you're supposed to say, girl, you know I'm interested in you. Quit playing. You know you interested in me. I'm interested in you. Come on. Like, it was just a test. And when she told you that no, she's not interested and you walked away, you failed. And now it's like you get shut out forever. Like, bro, all these tests. This is why I'm saying you don't have to care about that. You don't have to care. As an adult, there is no privilege for either gender. Especially coming from me, there is no privilege. I don't privilege anybody when I'm around. Like, I'll help you out if you need help. But if you think you get privilege, like, nah, bro, you gonna get it like how I've been getting it. I do not privilege anybody. I'll help you out, but no way. Like, I don't even privilege cats, but only cats that I will privilege is the ones that actually understand what the heck is going on. But away from cats. Bro, there's a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I always keep forgetting the author. But I did read the book. And it's a good read. It's almost like the book How to Unfuck Yourself. And that book had some good pointers in it. It really did. You know, if you haven't read How to Unfuck Yourself, you probably should start with that book first and then read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Because the first book will teach you how to get out of the mess that you're in, how to get out of the hole. And then the second book will teach you how to stay out of that hole and not care about getting back into that hole. It's a good combinational read. I highly recommend. But like, come on. We don't have to care about this stuff. And I'm not just talking about the fellas. I'm just not talking about just the guys, man. I'm talking about the ladies too, like men and women. Like, this is stuff you don't have to care about, because there are men out here that are also women. Like, I'm not, and not just like physical women. Like, there are men that have the mentality of women, of little girls. Like in the movie, what is it called? If it's on Tubi, it's one of the main antagonists. Literally has the capacity, the brain capacity of a dumb female, of a dumb and even women who are hearing me, you know the dumb female, because bro, you know who it is. Just because that's how I know, like, bro, like, we know, y'all know who it is. So like when I say the dumb female, like, yeah, we know who we talking about, because bruh, like, a man with that mentality is scary. It's so scary. Like, if the woman doesn't give him sex, he flips out and he might just take it anyway. Like a psychopath. If he doesn't get his way, my dude gonna flip out and probably hit her. He probably gonna hit her. Like, if things doesn't, he hears no. If he hears no, he might have a tantrum. He might do something heinous. Like, bro, I that's why my message goes both ways. Discover things about yourself. Really discover yourself, because, excuse me, that's one thing I'm discovering about myself too. Like, I literally just be like gassy in both ways. I'm not ashamed to admit, I'll be tearing it up in a room. I'll literally be tearing it up in the room, like. But if there's people in the room, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom as a normal person, and I'll let it out there. But if I'm in my room alone, oh hell, I'll be letting that shit go like a ripstick, like let it rip. Hell yeah, like some fucking Bakugan, bro, just letting that shit go. But I'm not ashamed to say that, because deep down I know I know what I am. I don't know who I am, because I'm so many different things. I'm so many different things in this world, and so are you. But I know what I am, and I know that I'm an intelligent being that is only learning. I'm only here to learn. I'm only here to figure things out. I'm not here to know it all, but I am here to figure things out and figure out what I like to do and figure out what I'm gonna do and figure out where I'm gonna go. That's, the big things is what I am figuring out, and it's helping me to move around in this world, because I know what I want to do now, because I know what I am. I know what I am, and I know what I want to do. It's not that I know who I am and I know what I want to do. It's that I know what I am and I know what I want to do. And that's how I figured it out. I remember one of my homies asked me, like, how did I figure out, become self-aware? I became self-aware because I figured out what I am. I figured out what I was, what I am, and what I will always be. I will be a intelligent person who is going to be creative. I'm gonna find ways to be creative. I'm gonna find ways to make something out of nothing. Like, that's what I am. That's what I do. That's what I am. I write, I create. That's what I do. And so figuring that out made me figure out what I am as a person. So now I can figure out who I am as a person. I could be anything I want, along with you. Excuse me. See what I mean? I'm gassy as heck. Burping over here. Every time I talk a lot, I burp a lot. I do a lot. Just a lot. But, like, you could do it too. Like, figuring out what you are instead of who you are. Because it's people tell you gotta figure out who you are. Like, nah, bro. Don't figure out who you are. Figure out what you are. What do you like to do? What? What do you like to do? What do you want to be? What? Figure out the what's more than the who, wins, and where's. Like, figure out the what's first. Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? Figure out the what's and where's, I say. Actually, where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do when you get there? Then you start. That's how you start unlocking. That's how you start unlocking more. Because that's how I have to. I have to It's not braggadocious, but I have to get it off my shoulders, man. Like, I literally got tickets to Universal Studios Orlando Halloween Horror Nights, man. I got the express passes. I got the whole shebang, the hotel, the resort. I got it all, man. I got it all because I figured out what I wanted to do. I want to travel. I want to go to places. I want to get there. That's what I want to do. I want to create when I get there. I want to experience everything. I want to do everything. That's what I want to do. And figuring that out has helped me on my journey to living, because man, like, here's something to take the weight off your shoulders. I hope it does hearing this. There's no limitations. There's nothing that you have to live up to. I hope that took off some weight on your shoulders. There's nothing you have to live up to because you don't know when you're gonna go. There's nothing you have to live up to except what you put on yourself. You only have to live up to what you put on you, not what other people put on you, and not what any other organism, life form, alien, or whatever, bro. Like, it's only you. What are you putting on you? And that's really what it comes down to, because you gotta figure this out. It's you. Like, you're the main character in your show, not in anybody else's, because you can't be the main character in somebody else's show because they are. But you gotta figure yourself out. Discover things about yourself. Try new things. Try something new. That's life. That's actually life, is trying something new. I just discovered I like Takis. For the longest time, I was like, bro, I hate Takis. I've never tried a Taki. Never did. I just saw the bag and I was like, oh shit, it must be hot. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna eat that shit. It's hot. But then I actually ate a bag of Takis and I was like, oh shit, nigga. Damn, that's that shit, nigga. That's that shit right there. I even started doing what the old Taki girls used to do back in middle school and high school. Like, they didn't used to eat the chip. They just used to like lick the flavoring off the chip and then they would eat it. I was like, oh shit, I see what these motherfuckers be doing. They be, bro, this shit good. This shit is delicious. Man, damn. Like, I was missing out as a kid. I should just be eating Takis. I was just scared of spicy stuff because I just did not like spice. But now I'm discovering I like spice. Just trying new things. Just discovered this. It's crazy. And that took a lot of weight off because I don't care anymore. I spent a lot of money to get to Orlando. I don't care. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make that money back. Don't care. Anybody might be like, oh, it's too expensive, or oh man, it's too, like, bro. A lot of people don't know because it's scary because it's not. It's new. It's new. New experiences don't have to limit you from living. If you've never been on a roller coaster, I say go on one. You're gonna kick the bucket soon or whenever, and you want to live your life in fear of that. You want to live not experiencing that. And I know that there's some people that know their limits. That's cool. But if you don't know your limits and you don't know much, like, you just know, like me, I didn't eat spicy foods because I just thought it was going to be spicy. I thought it was going to be terrible. But then I tried it and I loved it. And I might actually start going and getting Takis now. That was pretty freaking good. Like, especially the little bags, because the little bags had so much of the sauce on there, man. So good. But, just saying, become self-aware, figure out what you are instead of who you are. I think I said that not too long ago. And discover yourself. Discover everything about yourself. You never know, bro. You never know. You might actually have a talent that you didn't know you had because you started looking ahead instead of looking back. there's a tarot card that I picked up. I forgot what it was, but I think it was like the cups, 10 of cups or something. But I remember looking at the card, and it had nothing. I mean, it had something to do with my fortune, but I mean, just reading the card, it said that, you know, some things that you have, or you know, you want a lot, but you don't realize that you already have enough. You already, you know, you just gotta look at what you got instead of what you don't have. It's, you know, common saying. You know, look at what you got and then be grateful for what you got, and then you may in fact get what you want in the long run. But you know, just do not care. You know, with whatever you're gonna do, just do not care. Just do it. And I'm not encouraging like violent behavior, because violent behavior is demons, and you need to take care of that. What I'm saying, if you got something creative, if you got like something that you want to show off, or if you're feeling trapped, like, bro, get out, release, like, go out there. I didn't know what was out there, and now I'm going out there, and I'm gonna be able to see it. You know, for years I've told myself I wanted to go to Orlando, I wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Here we go. This is it. I'm going there. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna experience everything, and I don't have to wait for it. I just get to go in. I got express pass, bro. You can go and do it. Whatever you want to do, go do it. Risk it, because I don't know for real when I'm gonna go. I don't know when I'm gonna be gone. I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I know that for a fact, when I go there, I'm gonna have the time of my life, because before I die, I will have accomplished one of the big things on my list. You know, one of the biggest things on my list. I will have accomplished it before I kick the bucket. And I want y'all to feel that feeling. You know, like, you can live peacefully knowing that you can go because you did something that you could rest at ease with. Because even if I don't get a chance to make it, at least I saw the ticket that said I'm going to Orlando. I got to see that film. And I hope everybody else gets to feel the same feeling I'm doing. Just don't care, man. Just do not care. This is your boy, Roseboy Dizzy, aka CP Couch Potato, signing off for the Jungle of Love podcast. Y'all stay safe out there, man, and just do it, bro. Just do it.
Love each other that way. Don't be afraid that this ain't something that you want.